Well, hey everybody, I am Emily Roberts. You guys, this is a series that we've been doing on growing towards gold, which is the silver, senior silver, gold, the third rank in our Plexus compensation plan. And what I love about this rank is so often you will hear in our industry, if you can get to gold, you can get to diamond. And what I think they mean by that is that if you can truly help 17 to 25 people consistently reorder and find a good rhythm with their products, whether all 17 to 25 come from you or you've helped 4 people and you're starting to grow a team under each of them. When you find that y'all are in momentum and you are doing actionable items, you will reach those gold points. Gold is 100 points. So each part of these series has worked on mindset or the skill set behind what it takes to grow your business 100 points in a calendar month. So I want to kind of talk about your thought cycle as you are building a team, as you're doing network marketing, because it is not easy. Is it simple? Sure. But is it always easy? No. And so here's what happens. We have thoughts, right? I think the average human has over 16,000 thoughts in a day. For those with like neurological disorders or like ADHD, those neurodivergent people, they have over 30,000 thoughts in a day. And those thoughts create feelings. And then those feelings create actions, or in some cases, inaction. So when you are in this Plexus business or network marketing business and you're thinking to yourself, I can't make myself do anything. Maybe you feel a little overwhelmed, or you feel, I don't know, inadequate, and that you're like, I just can't get it together. Then you do nothing. It's that vicious cycle, right? So your thoughts, feelings, and actions. So here's the thing about feelings. Feelings are not facts. I think I've said this to you guys a million times. Feelings are not facts. In fact, feelings are an invitation to explore and be self-aware of how we're feeling. So often you can be like, well, this is how I'm feeling. I just did, my reach outs. This is how I'm feeling. And then maybe you reached out to someone, you're like, I don't know about this. And instead of freaking out, preaching to the choir here, instead of freaking out, feel the feeling. Embrace the discomfort, embrace the fear, embrace the uneasiness, get curious and compassionate about your thoughts, but you don't always have to agree with them. Sometimes our brain is wrong, okay? Knowing who you are creates unstoppable confidence. I wanted that, all right? Growing up, I was the oldest of 4. I was a very introverted high school student. I had tons of friends, but it was because I just wanted to be liked. I never stood up for myself. I never really, talked to people in the bold, confident manner that I do now. I carried myself very differently. I kind of got walked all over. It's a great way to put it. And what I started to do as I got older, I was in the food industry and then eventually corporate America. I had to get curious and compassionate about my thoughts, especially the thoughts about myself. For those of you that want to create teams, for those of you that are like, this is what I want to do in this industry, or this is what I want to do. I want to step up in leadership. I want to do something with this. You have to know who you are to create that unstoppable confidence. So let's do a couple of examples on what thoughts you might be having. So maybe the thought is, I just don't know how to grow this business, right? And maybe the feeling attached to that is confusion. Maybe you feel dumb. Maybe you feel inadequate. So the actions that are taking place from those thoughts and feelings are, you don't work your business, you freeze up when someone asks you about Plexus, or you find yourself complaining about Plexus. Oh, it just doesn't work, or that business model sucks, or this and that and that. But it's just because of the original thought of, I don't know how to grow my business. So how can we create a new intentional thought, right? It's a new cycle. I know exactly how to work my business, right? And then when you know exactly how to work your business, you feel empowered, excited. You have a clear mind on your next steps. And then the action that gets behind those thoughts, and that is, I know exactly what to do, and I'm going to do the next right thing. I'm not going to get on Netflix. I'm not going to say I'm too busy to get on the Zoom call, even though I'm just sitting here scrolling on my phone, right? You're going to get into action. You're going to plug yourself in. You're going to learn something new. You're going to invite a friend that ordered from you to do it with you, okay? All right, example number 2. Maybe your thought, and for those of you that are on and you're in the chat, I want to know if these thoughts are, maybe you have a thought. Let's work through it. So put that in the chat. Or if these thoughts resonate with you, let's hear it. So here's another thought. Okay. My network is tapped out. Everyone uses Plexus. So maybe the feeling from that thought is I feel helpless, maybe discouraged. So the action is I don't intentionally try to grow my network. However, maybe your kid plays baseball. Maybe your daughter's in gymnastics and you're sitting there and you're talking to that gymnastics mom. You're talking to the baseball parents and they see you mixing up your pink drink and they ask you what that is. If they don't know what Plexus is, that is a way that you can intentionally grow your network. Okay. It doesn't always have to be on social media, you guys. So how can we replace the thought of my network is tapped out or I don't know anyone to talk to? The new thought could be, there is an endless supply of people in need for this product. The feeling behind that would be, I am important, confident, I'm valuable. What I say, people want to know, right? I love that feeling attached to that thought. And then the action would be, I'm constantly aware of the new people that I can bless with my Plexus business. Do you see the complete difference? How many of you are struggling with thoughts like that? For those of you just joining us, the thought, the negative thought, because we're talking about thought cycles here, the reason why your business is not growing in points is usually because of your thoughts. So the thought was, my network is tapped out, or I don't know anyone to talk to. I feel helpless and discouraged when I think that thought. And then the action is, I'm intentionally not trying to grow my network. However, we're replacing the thought with, there's an endless supply of people in need for what I offer. And because of that, I feel important. My business, I feel confident and valuable. And then the action item is, I am now aware of the people around me, new people that Plexus can bless. For example, those of you that have kids in sports, or maybe you work a full-time business outside of Plexus, does your entire office know about these products and how they're helping you and others? Right? Okay. So for those of you that have been struggling in this thought process and your business isn't growing, your points are not growing, sometimes you're in maintenance mode and that's all right, but your thoughts can keep you there. So let's go over a successful mindset versus a victim mindset, okay? So here is what that looks like. Taking responsibility for your thoughts and actions versus blaming. I think that's a success mindset, right? Looks like viewing your problems on challenges that you can embrace and grow and learn through versus run away from. And then I think of the victim mindset as something that it causes quitting on a problem day. When you have a victim mindset, you're immediately like, I'm out, I quit, can't do this, right? But if you have that success mindset of, I'm going to fail forward. I know I'm not great at this, but I'm getting better. Or I don't like the outcome that came from me trying. How can I change that outcome, right? Because leaders are problem solvers. So that victim mindset will cause you to quit on a problem day. And some of you have heard me say this. I say it to my kids. Hey, listen, it's a bad day. It's not a bad life. Sometimes you just have a horrible, no good, rotten, bad day, and you just got to feel the feels. And then you come back tomorrow. Or for those of you that have been here for a minute in Plexus world, I always say, quit for 24 hours, rest, renew your mind, and come back with a success mindset, not a victim mindset. Okay. And then failing and acknowledging the value of failing forward, that's a success mindset. John Maxwell talks often about failing forward. That means you are going to suck so bad multiple times, and then you're going to nail it. And then you're going to see someone else doing it better, and you're going to learn from them, and you're going to try that and suck some more, and then get really great, and then so on and so forth. And then you're going to turn around and teach other people how to fail forward, right? Another great thing about your mindset, especially that success versus that victim mindset, is when you want to do a study or maybe like a book club thing, or maybe Plexus is offering book club and you want to do it, but your team is not getting on, do it for you. Do it so you can learn and get better, so that you have value to take back and offer people. That's a success mindset, not nobody wants to do a book club with me. Wait, like that's a victim mindset. We're not whiners, right? Leaders are problem solvers. A victim mindset is easy. A success mindset is hard work, but man, is it worth it. Okay, so here's the thing about emotions. right? A lot of the time when you think through these thoughts and your feelings and the actions behind them, there's a lot of emotion that is there. But here's the great thing about emotions. They are great servants, right? And you will learn more about that. There's a book by John Maxwell called The Self-Aware Leader. And it is so great about how your emotions can serve you. They don't have to enslave you, and processing them and working through them. Okay. Victims can become creators. Rescuers can become coaches, and persecutors can become challengers. All of those things are under Cartman's drama triangle. Give it a Google. We learned about it in Jewel School, and I really love it because sometimes you go through these phases in your mindset of like, you want to call out other people's BS, right? Instead of turning your finger at yourself, but it's your thoughts and it's creating those actions. And then after you're like, you go through that angry phase, then you're like the rescuer. Look at everyone around me. They're drowning. I need to help them all, right? Or sometimes you're the victim. Everything's happening to me instead of for me. So I love Cartman's drama triangle. You got to look that up. It's so great when it comes to your thoughts and your feelings and your actions. But as a leader, in order to grow this team and connect with the people that you're bringing in, because here's the thing, at the end of the day, is it sales? Yes. Are you selling a product and someone is buying from you? Yes. But it's also a great opportunity for you to help them with their thoughts. Because I guarantee you, speaking for myself, when I purchased Plexus, I immediately thought, I quit everything I buy. Why am I trying one more thing? But now the thought I have that is, I purchase it because I show up for my kids. I keep taking my product because I feel better. I take this because I'm preventing things from happening later on as I age and get older. You can replace those thoughts instead of calling yourself a quitter or someone that gives up. How can we move the needle forward in our business now that we know we can, flip the script on our thoughts? We can get into action. We can feel our feelings or replace the feeling with a different emotion, right? So instead of, right, you have a new VIP, they just signed up. Instead of just telling them what to do, take your product, do this, post that. What if we started asking good questions? What if we led them somewhere, right? Because leaders are leading people somewhere, right? We're not dragging them behind us. We're showing them the way. So who we are is how we're going to lead. If you are identifying more with that victim mindset versus that success mindset, you're going to attract more victims. But if you're leading confidently and boldly and you're aware of your thoughts, you're aware of your emotions and your actions, you're going to see that the people that are driven and hungry for this opportunity are going to jump in with you. So make it a priority to not only just discover your strengths, but start consistently using them. So if you're on, and you can put in the chat, what is something that you think is a strength of yours? Something that you're like, I'm really good at blank when it comes to people. Maybe you're a great listener. Maybe you're really great at connecting like-minded people. Maybe you're really great at asking good questions because you're just a genuinely curious person. I have friends like that. And I'm like, you always got a question, why can't you have answers? But there's going to be people like that, right? There's going to be people that seem to always have a solution for problems. And then there's people that always have problems for solutions. You know what I'm talking about? So as you're growing this business and you're thinking to yourself, I just don't know if I have what it takes. How about, replacing that thought with, here we go. Perfect, Megan. She could replace her thought with, I genuinely like to support and connect with people, instead of, I don't know how to grow a network marketing business. Instead, her thought is, I genuinely like to support people and connect with them. What a great thought, right? Rachel says, I can talk to anybody about anything. I strike up great conversation with a stranger in the grocery store checkout. So you are great at talking to people, and not necessarily like public speaking for anybody that's watching the recording later, but just the gift of a great personality, complimenting somebody. That is one of my favorite things when I would connect with other moms, like at the store or on social media that I hadn't talked to in a while. Compliments are free. Rachel, I bet you give a great compliment. I guarantee you that's probably why a lot of your conversations start at the grocery store, because somebody has a cute baby or a cute pair of shoes or a great haircut, and you just notice. Imagine us noticing more things and getting curious and compassionate about other people, right? Because what if they were having a terrible day and you were the first person who's like, oh my gosh, you have amazing hair. Like, what do you use? Like, I am dying to know. Like, you have amazing hair. And then that turns into they know your neighbor, right? And it's a small world. And now you're expanding your network. Are you on Facebook? Let's be friends. I just think it's so cool how we overcomplicate relationships and we freak out because of the first thought. But what did I say earlier? That sometimes those thoughts are not truths, right? And we've got to be aware of our thoughts. The Bible says to hold your thoughts captive. What that means is like we create these thoughts and they are ours, right? This is my brain. And so when I think a thought like, I don't know, where are my women at? You have this thought of, oh, I feel so fat, right? Your feelings are not always facts. Yes, of course, you might have fat on your body, but you are not fat. And what my husband likes to say to me when I have, outward thoughts like that, he'll say, don't talk about my wife like that. And so it is really, really sweet gesture, but it's something that I really have to work on myself. I have to replace that thought with, you are doing the work to get healthier every single day. And that is something that you're going to have to do to improve your thought. When you feel it creeping in, when you feel the negativity and you're just like, oh, why am I thinking that? Instead of believing the thought, what if we replaced the thought? And then you learn how to do that. You're going to help so many more people, right? So many people say no to Plexus because they think they can't afford it. But truthfully, if they were to look through their bank statements or look to see where extra money is going, I would happily give up Netflix to afford a quality probiotic that made me feel the way I feel now versus how I felt 10 years ago. Truthfully, there are people that are so stressed out and going to bed praying to feel better. Their family is always sick. Their household is always sick. They get every little bug and virus after school, and they don't know that there are natural alternatives for them. I really do feel like Plexus is becoming a household name for people, and it's because we're talking about it so much. We've just normalized gut health, and I love that we are the original company that started that. Isn't that so cool? Like the triplex is our superpower. Like as my kids would say, we flexing on them. We're showing others what we have and how awesome it is to work on your inside and your outside. And then you guys are showing up on these Zooms and these trainings to not only work on your insides, but truthfully, your insides, your thoughts. And so when you get a hold of those thoughts, you can create new actions. Like, I know what to do. I have clarity. I know my next step. So that leads me into the wrapping this up. For those of you that feel like you're avoiding your business or you're avoiding doing the things, let's start with one thing that you can commit to every single day. That might be taking your products every day, setting an alarm. For me, I put it on my calendar. So every day it goes off and it reminds me to take my products. For some of you that want a little bit more urgency, you want to grow a little bit quicker, maybe that one thing you do every day is have 20 new conversations with people, whether they're on Instagram, Facebook, in person, maybe you're going through the contacts on your phone, whatever that looks like. I don't know how hungry you are for this. I don't know what that next paycheck would mean for you, but you know, right? And it's time to tell your brain, hey, that's not a true thought. That's just how I'm feeling. We're gonna work on that. How can I replace the thought? And then you get into action and watch how you stay in action when your thoughts are more uplifting and encouraging and are confidence building. I hope this encourages you to continue to grow your businesses and to continue to help those that are saying yes to you grow their businesses. I will see y'all next Monday night, but I challenge each of you to invite one of your new VIPs to get on next Monday night's call. I promise to keep them short and sweet at 30 minutes and that you will walk away with something that you can apply straight away in your business. So thank you guys for getting on. I hope you have a great night.